What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more Emberfell Whispers from the Stars. We left off on a bit of a cliffhanger. I'm glad to pick this up. We're with almost the full cast and crew. Hopefully, the lovable Moog, Dan Decker, will be here in a little bit. If not, we will continue on, soldier on without him, and I will, touch him intimately with who knows what. But regardless, let's do some brief introductions before we get into into whatever's going to happen in a moment. Let's start with Miss Kayla.
Hello, everyone. I am playing Valerie. I am Valerie. A former elf turned impure. I am 11, 257 years old, yellow eyes, pale skin, long white hair, and last time my bloodlust got me into a little bit of trouble, so whoops on that, but cheers to liking blood.
Exactly. Like it does. It's perfectly natural. Next up, how about Miss Andrea?
Hi, I am playing Zunalin, a typical male drow, except very, very short and small, tiny, 7 strength. But I am a bard who is just tagging along with this fantastic group. And I really appreciate their muscle keeping me safe.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, yes, indeed. The muscle. Speaking of muscle, Rogar, son of Amu.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I will be playing the role of Rogar, son of Amu, this evening. He's a 7'5", 400-pound dragonborn from the Great White North, and he is barely hanging on. So he has 1 hit point left after a fire explosion singed his scales, and he's ready to get into it.
He is certainly ready. And last but not least, Doobie 209.
What's going on, everyone? I'm Alan, and I'm playing Tristan Varel, the high elf time wizard, who probably doesn't remember much because he bashed his head on a rock in said fiery explosion.
Indeed.
So we'll see how much he remembers from this horrible session.
Indeed he did. Horrible session. Come now.
It was a
horrible session.
You did like 80 points of damage.
No.
And I'm only a wizard.
Maybe. I mean, it's
that's
possible.
I don't
At least 60.
That. Maybe 60. I'll give you 60.
I mean, it was over 60 because never mind.
Yeah. Regardless, though, last we left off, the crew had found themselves deep within a hive nest, a definitely aberrant creature of some kind from not this world, this plane at least. You had decided to look for not only the missing Gilbert, but Nyarla, Mad Udval's daughter, which had led you to a small outcropping near the woods where Moog was ambushed. After recovering from this, you had trekked down into what can only be described as a lair, a nest, and it made it all the way down to an egg chamber full of eggs. After several treacherous what obstacles, we'll call them obstacles for now. After making it all the way there, Moog was dealt a grievous blow and a very bloody, acidic, and just violent fight took place, where everybody in the party took severe damage combating the strange creatures that were definitely out to take your heads. You did survive, somewhat, in a way, with Rogar being the last man standing at one point. Upon the resurrection of most of the party, Trist running over to Valerie, cupping her behind the head and administering his final healing potion, dripping his blood upon her face. Probably a mistake, as she awoke with a thirst that he had not anticipated. And she sucked the life from him, quite literally from his throat, rendering him unconscious and healing herself in the process. So, win-win in some ways.
Credit.
Yes, indeed. It was a crit. After that took place, you did, Rogar specifically had discovered a woman that was meshed to the wall, to the side of the wall here, along with many other corpses, bodies of animals, humanoids, as well as a few other, apparently some kind of adventurers, mercenaries perhaps, and of course Gilbert and Nyarla. The woman in particular was discovered to be a former Hound of Olesia, an organization that some of you have had run-ins with, specifically Rogar and Moog. The rest of you, not so much. But after freeing her, she clambered into the center of the room and activated some kind of arcane device that was hidden in the low fog, the low mist in this room, generated from, you're not exactly sure. As it activated, it began to glow with a bright red core that quickly began to expand, and she informed you that you had 10 minutes. You set about fleeing from the epicenter of what you could only determine would be some kind of fiery death if you would have stayed. You did retrieve a few items from specifically the corpses of the mercenaries, if you'll remember. Hopefully you guys keeping track of all of it, because I don't have it all completely written down, only the big things.
I wrote it down, and I don't know who wrote down the money, but I wrote down the items.
Okay, yeah, because I don't remember the money. I got the items, but I don't remember the money, so hopefully you guys wrote it down. Regardless, though, you did take that, as well as the unconscious Nyarla and Gilbert. You managed to retrieve pretty much everybody you set out for, leaving anybody else that might have been alive to die down there, since we ran out of time very quickly. Regardless, though, as you were fleeing, being at a disadvantage, most of you, on most of your checks and everything, led to a very, let's just call it haphazard escape, with you not quite making it out in a timely fashion. You did do well enough to get just to the edge. You had seen the light, literally the light at the end of the tunnel. However, some of you falling behind, Rogar barely escaping just in time for Gilbert to flee, and all of you being engulfed in a fiery pillar as the device had detonated far beneath the surface, below the thundering summits, and engulfing all of you in a fireball. In some cases, all of you rendered unconscious, for the most part, except for, I believe, Zune and Rogar were the only two left awake at the time. Everyone else rendered unconscious, laying there, bleeding out. Gilbert took it upon himself at this point to leave. He told you that he was going to leave. He was going to get help, and he began fleeing. As you could see, you were not very far from where you had entered into this nest, and you could see the large farmhouse kind of structure that you had investigated previously with the ox outside, the large barn, and he was fleeing in that direction. And as he was fleeing, Rogar made a joke about throwing a lightning javelin at him, and Zune decided to cast a spell on the young Gilbert, whom, with a glance, turned around and put Zune out unconscious with just a look. As who knows what happened with that? I don't know. Rogar has no idea, because nothing was said, no spell casting motions were made, and he just witnessed Zune just the skull just fall limp on the ground. As all this took place, Rogar, barely alive at this point, looking around at all of your four fallen Parbian members, as well as Nyarla, the unconscious hobgoblin woman, a large shape was approaching Rogar. And I will... We have Moog. Let's see. There he is. There he is. He's back. We were just getting done with our catch-up, Moog.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I thought it was going to be the next day in this week. This day in the week. Where is...
You're good. All right.
Get my background up.
A large figure was approaching Rogar. And time of day. Yes. You guys have spent quite a bit of time down below. More than you'd realized, Rogar. It is becoming night at this point. It is kind of getting the three suns are kind of diminishing behind the side of Emberfell. And the ring that circles Emberfell is beginning to glow almost like a moon. The figure is approaching Rogar. What would you like to do?
Rogar will grip his great sword, and he will. How far away? Do I have a guess on distance?
Probably a few 100 feet or so.
Okay. Are my companions, my unconscious companions, are they like? Sorry, are they? They're not hidden, are they? They're not like behind a bush or anything.
No, nothing like that. No. Matter of fact, you're kind of on the side of a hill. There's no there's no foliage or trees or anything nearby you. Yeah, the only really dense pocket of trees that you saw in this area was the shaded grove where you guys had entered, and it's probably about 1,000 feet or so away from you.
Rogar, still kind of holding Zune, figuring out like what happened with that strange boy, and he's going to kind of set him down, and he's going to get up, grab his sword, try to position himself between the large figure and the unconscious companions he has. And once he thinks he's close enough where he can get a line on him, he's going to shout out to him. He's going to say, "Come, face the son of Amu!" And just, his last stand.
All right. As you shout that out, the creature's not, whatever it is not approaching fast. It's kind of a trot. And you realize it is not one creature. It is a smaller creature riding a larger creature. As it trots forward, you recognize the gait of some kind of wolf-like creature. You see armor that you do recognize as the one and only Borz, the sheriff of College.
Drop his sword, kind of exhausted, and stop putting on his front. And it's good to see you, Borz.
As he approaches, give me an insight check. You do get advantage on this, Rogar.
Oh boy. $19.
Pretty damn good, Rogar. First off, Rogar, he's not riding bones. He's riding just a wolf, just a dire wolf. He's not carrying any swords either. He steps off. He's about, I mean, I'm gonna say he's probably within 100 feet or so of you.
And it's armor I recognize?
Oh, it's Borz.
You said it's a wolf?
He's riding a dire wolf.
A dire wolf. I don't recognize a dire wolf.
No,
not distinct enough.
No distinctive markings.
I'm gonna tell him to stop.
And he holds out a hand. What seems to be the problem, Rogar?
You are not Borz.
Huh. Well, you're better than I thought. And he steps off the wolf onto the ground.
If you make another move, I will attack.
He reaches down to his hip.
Uh-oh.
Rogar gets his javelin.
Shift to the javelin. You see,
start activating it.
You see him pull free a rod. It looks like it'd be about a foot or so in length. Black iron, and it is wrapped in chain. And then,
question.
Yes.
Player thinks that this is a Cult of Elysium member. Would Rogar know that? Or player thinks, but
I don't know.
I don't know if Rogar would.
I'm not sure about that.
I mean,
there are no markings. I mean, this looks like Borz.
Just the chains is what gives me suspicion.
Give you some suspicion. You can have suspicions as you please.
As a player, I don't know about Rogar. Is why I'm asking.
I mean, that's up to you. You tell me.
I don't know. I'm gonna make an intelligence check real quick.
Okay, that's fair. That's an 8.
Nate, Rogar doesn't remember or doesn't put 2 and 2 together.
Not quite grasping it. Not known for his vast array of intellect.
No.
He produces the rod, as well as a short, almost like silvered blade in the other hand. It appears to be a short sword of some kind.
Who are you?
Calm down, Rogar. I'm not here to kill you.
How do you know my name?
Well, let's just say we were close. Or you were close to someone of mine.
Name him.
He's walking closer to you, Rogar.
I said stop.
We both know you can't fight.
Called you out.
We'll see about that. Rogar is going to pull out his great sword and start walking towards him.
Okay. I mean, it's a steady pace. I mean, you are significantly larger than this person.
Yeah.
As you start getting closer, the distance is closing. It gets very quiet.
Rogar's starting to pump himself up, starting to get into a rage.
You see that the figure, the aspect of Borz begins to shimmer and fade. And there's a very slender woman. Reminds you of Velry in some ways. About 5.5 feet tall or so. Very thin. Pale skin. Pointy ears. Can't see the face. It's obscured by a porcelain mask, one that you do recognize as the Cult of Elysia.
Rogar will start to try to calm down from his rage.
Yes. Plate armor of some kind. Interlocking plates. With the symbol of Elysia on the chest. A few chains kind of dangling about.
You are a shaman of the chains.
Yes, some would call me a master of the chains. You knew my hound.
Zotkar.
Yes, my Zotkar.
I am sorry.
That is fine, Rogar. I have much to speak of, but now may not be the time. Are you responsible for this? Or did you find someone else, another hound, perhaps, down below?
I did. I tried to bring her with us out of the nest. But she said she had a mission. Activated some sorcery.
Good. I see that she completed it. If she's not here, I assume she kept her secrets.
I believe so.
You were a friend to my Zaltkar. And she removes the mask. She isn't. This is a very fine elven woman.
Mm-hmm.
She appears to be in her 30s, but age for an elf, you have no idea.
Yeah.
Who knows how old she could be? She has almost like blondish brown hair. It's tied up in the back. There is a interesting kind of earring that you couldn't really see before. The mask was obscuring it. Looks like almost looks like a ball of chains kind of wrapped together. And there's something about her that is captivating, almost mesmerizing. But she looks at you. I have been sent here by the order to exterminate these things. It's become more difficult than I thought. This is not the only nest. Matter of fact, this was but a branch. There's much more.
They are fearsome prey.
Yes. Yes, they are. I've lost many. I have many more hounds to call. Might have to bring in the keepers themselves, but it is not your problem. However, seeing as how at least you survived, and she kind of looks towards the rest of your party on the ground.
I must get them to safety.
Of course.
Rest.
This is a good opportunity for us to speak. Since you already know of our affiliation, perhaps I could call on you for aid in the future. In exchange, I'd be willing to share information with you.
Shamans are respected amongst my people. And Zaltkar was a dear friend.
He was quite
hunting companion.
And you see her kind of get quiet for a moment or two. Can you tell me what happened in Port Dorona?
We fought many enemies in Port Dorona. He was felled at one point. We did not know what to do. I came to your associate or minion. The first story scrolls.
Yes.
He did not seem to be able to help us at our time of need. So we went to another who said he could bring Zaltkar back to the land of the living. He had some passenger with him when he returned. Darkness. The darkness overcame him eventually. Some spirit. I was not there when it happened. It's told by another friend who has since moved on.
Huh. Seems you have a way with companions, Rogar.
I do have this. It is true. I've been unfortunate. But I do have this. And Rogar will reach into his pack and he'll pull out a sending stone.
Yes.
That is linked to...
She mutters something very quickly. Do you do anything, Rogar?
No. Reverse.
Okay.
No.
You watch as the stone brightens for a second and then dims. Rogar, throw that away now.
Very well. Rogar will try to throw it as far as he can.
Okay. I'm gonna assume it's far.
It's probably pretty far.
It's probably pretty good distance. You are not safe, Rogar. I know. I was also given another mission. I was to silence you. You were not able to be remodified. Your memories were not stripped like the others. I cannot do this. Not in good conscience. But did you see Zolkar's body? Does he still lie in Porterona?
Not. I was told he went along his way. I'm not sure how.
Do you have a
I'm not
direction?
sure.
Anything?
I don't think I remember the direction. I do not know. I did not think to ask. He seemed to demonstrate magics that he did not possess before.
Okay.
He, I believe, took flight. Went a different direction than the rest of us. And that was the last we ever saw.
Okay. And she reaches into her pack. I am Enna. And she hands you a stone. If you need me, keep this on you. I have a feeling that our paths will cross again. Like I said, be wary of my kind.
I will. He'll take the stone, put it in his
your bag. I am sorry for this, Rogar. How many hit points do you have, Rogar?
I have a single hit point.
Rogar.
That's I.
She reaches up towards you.
Yeah,
grasps you by the face, both hands. Yes, significantly taller. Let me thank you. She's trying to give you a kiss, Rogar.
I don't know.
Had to.
Rogar just bends down to where his snout is.
Make an intelligence check.
That's true too.
Hey, you can if you want. You do whatever you want.
I'll make an intelligence check to see if he knows what's going on. 13. I guess he knows that she's going for a kiss, so he'll bend his head down.
He's not bite into your neck and kill you.
It's not aggressive by any means. None of this is
not trying
aggressive.
to kiss her. He's just like leaning down with the tip of his snout or whatever.
She kind of grabs a hold of you by the snout, by the face.
Is she strong?
Brings you in. She's surprisingly strong. And it's like she's not bulky. It's very lithe, but she is surprisingly strong. She grabs a hold of your face, and as her lips come up towards you, she exhales, and you just
poison mist,
lose consciousness. You just
got high.
Got poison ivy, bro,
and just fall face down into the dirt.
You fool!
You fool! No,
you should have learned from Trist.
It's true.
From Trist.
True.
However, all of you awaken. All of you wake up. Some time later, it is dark. You wake up to the specifically. Let me roll a dice real fast.
Who wakes up first?
Moog. Sorry, it's you.
Oh, okay. Let's
Moog,
go.
You wake up to a wet sensation across your face. You, and as you do, there's a large face of a large creature within inches of you, licking you. It is an ox. It's like a large big cow. It's just licking your face right now.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
You're the first one to come to consciousness, Mo.
Good. Thank you. I feel much better.
What do you do, Mo?
I check on everyone else to see if I can wake them up.
Push the damn ox away from you. You see the rest of the party. You guys are still lying on the very hill you were jettisoned from. You were not moved. No one was taken anywhere. This appears to be an ox that maybe escaped from the haphazard barn nearby. Just happened to come drifting over here. After Mo gets up, the rest of you come to consciousness immediately afterwards. All of you except for the hobgoblin woman that you'd brought from down below Nyarla.
What's our hit point situation looking like?
You guys all have 1 hit point.
I have 1 hit point? Okay.
Rogar get exhaustion?
No.
Bullshit.
He was put into magical sleep. It was not. He does not feel as if he was poisoned. He feels like he went night for a little while.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Oh goodness. So that means I have 3 levels of exhaustion then.
Well, hell yeah, bro.
I think you might.
Yeah, awesome.
You,
do we know?
Zune, and Trist all have 3 levels of exhaustion.
Okay.
Valerie has 2.
Right. And it's not like we have a long rest, right? So
You have not
like
had
all
one yet.
spells are.
Yeah, we have to have 3 long rests to recover all of this.
Oh, Tristan's taking an extended vacation.
Yeah, we gotta go to the beach house.
What are you guys doing?
We know
The
how
beach house.
what time of day it is?
Yeah,
It's night. It is dark.
So night.
we need
Yes.
to get to safety.
Quite some time has passed. You guys are out in the open. Luckily, nothing has happened.
That we know of.
Who all's immediately around me?
Next to you, more than likely, you'd probably see Rogar. He was closest.
I'm gonna grab at him and through my exhaustion just say, we need to stop that kid. I don't know what's going on, but this is like I left home to get away from this kind of thing, you know? Like, this is intense. He just looked at me. And then I haven't had that happen since my sister. All right. And she's like on a whole other level. Like, he has been playing the game hard and strong, and we're all just pawns. I don't know what's going on, but we need to stop it now.
He is dangerous, Gilbert.
Are you kidding? Did you see him knock me out without even saying a word?
He
How
knocked
old
you
is he
out?
supposed to be? Yes.
Hmm.
Granted, I might have kind of brought it on myself by trying something on some weird freak child that's really only a year old but looks like he's 6. But, you know, whatever. I learned my lesson. All right.
All
But
I
yeah,
saw
we
was
need to
you.
stop him.
All I saw was you casting something. He turned around and you fell.
Yeah,
assumed you
he
were
turned
exhausted.
around. No, well, I was exhausted, but that wasn't why I fell. So what's up with the mom? I'm assuming this is Mommy Dearest here. I'm
He
gonna.
did not show concern for her when he left.
Of course, he's Hellspawn. I don't know what he is, but I'm not surprised. Like, are you surprised?
It would make sense. The goat legs.
I have goat legs. And you could tell.
He did cast some sort of magics on me as we flee the tunnel.
Where did he go? And let's go the opposite direction, actually.
We went back to Madudvos in that barn.
Of course he did. Well, I want to try to see if the mom is even breathing.
She is breathing. She is a little singed. She is alive. Strange thing for all of you. She is a hobgoblin. However, her fur and skin is white as snow. And her cheeks are red and pink. And she's wearing like tattered, messed up, like peasant kind of clothing. Yeah, that's all you would notice right now. But she is freakishly pale. Not cold, though, like Velray. And breathing.
Must be careful. She was in that hive for a long time. She might have one of those creatures inside her.
Well, we probably want to talk to her before it comes out, right? So how do we get her awake?
The priestess Nazir has been able to remove these things in the past. Perhaps we should take her there.
Is that a good idea to bring that into the city?
If you want to save her life, that's what we should do. If you say we should extract information and see what fate decides.
I guess we don't have to stay here if something goes wrong. So that's fine. Tristan, I don't know you very well, but out of your arsenal, is there anything you can do to kind of bring her to semi-consciousness before we get there?
I feel the lump in the blood, probably on my head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we ended up outside. Last thing I remember, Moog was touching a statue, and I woke up and I'm outside. What the hell happened?
Valerie's like, oh, secretly excited. That's the last thing he remembers.
Yeah.
That was awful pain in my head.
My throat is sore.
I'm parched.
Oh. See that puncture wounds in my throat. Yeah.
Well, first thing we need to do is get some sleep.
We should go rest somewhere.
We need to go back to Borz.
We can't avoid Magudvos. I'd suggest we do so.
How long does it take before these monsters come out of people?
I've never seen it happen, only the aftermath. So I do not know.
Can I like put my head against the stomach?
Sure.
To see if is there like anything moving around in there? Or...
Why don't you give me an investigation check?
She pregnant? Let's see. So what's up? Forbidden pregnancy. 19.
Pretty good. So Zune, as you kind of get close down, you kind of lean your head close to her chest, and as you do, a part of her kind of tattered dress kind of comes open, exposing some of her like collarbone area. And you do see there is a circular wound on her, like right above her, right below her collarbone, and it looks like several puncture marks, like in a circle, almost like a lamprey like mouth. It's not massive, but it is a strange wound in and of itself. You don't, and as you kind of listen, you're not a medical doctor. You don't know what the rest of this is. If you'd like to try to make a determination, you can give me a medicine check.
Since I'm exhausted, do I have to do extra rolls?
It will be at a disadvantage.
I probably should have done a disadvantage with the first one.
That is true. That's fine now. It's too late now.
So,
Rogar's going to slop over there with his great sword and just kind of stand at the ready.
This is my roll then at 12.
12. With a 12, You haven't seen. You don't have an extensive knowledge of, wounds and treating people in general.
Good luck.
Looks like she was bit by something.
I'm gonna look at Valerie suspiciously. Well, with suspicion, I guess I could also look suspiciously. Great. Valerie, you seem to know about fighting. We won't go into the details, but does this... And Rogar, you know things about animals and nature and stuff, and I don't have to know this stuff. Could you guys come have a look at this? And I guess Tristan, how about we just all gather around this?
Okay, let's all get around this lady. Let's disrobe her and look at her wound.
Seems legit.
Natural.
Does it look
no
like
one's looking for her.
No, it does not. It's a circular wound, and Rogar immediately recognizes it because he had carried several individuals and had seen several individuals with similar markings. These are bite marks or puncture wounds from a hive infector. And Rogar would know that this is how they implant the eggs inside your body.
She is infected.
All right. I guess we're going to go back to the little cult temple thing with the nice lady with the nice water. ASAP.
Or we could just kill her now.
Or we could not. And I could just talk to her.
How far is the Water's Rest?
You're not very far from out of town. You're maybe, it depends. If you don't want to get close to Mad Udvol's or his barn, it might take you longer. You might be looking at about an hour or so to try to circumvent all of that to try to get back to the gate to go into town.
Ooh, could we set his barn on fire? That would distract him, right? And then we could just run by. No,
you don't
with
want
how much...
to. You don't want to mess with his barn right now. It's a bit explosive. Valerie found out firsthand.
True. I would not recommend going unless you know the secret magic word to get in.
By the way, who is this woman on the ground?
The daughter, Marunvo, mother of that goat boy, Gabir.
Go boy.
Where is the boy?
He trotted off.
He ran off after he knocked me out by not touching me or saying anything. He gave me a nasty look and I passed out. So he was going to his granddad.
Rogard is as we suspected. That child is not of this world. Possessed.
Yeah.
Well, I suggest we head back to the Water's Rest then and get some rest.
I'll keep a bolt trained on this potential creature.
Please do, Moog. Please do. I'd hate to fall asleep for a fourth time.
So
Rogar will pick up.
Are you going to carry her? Okay. Yeah.
And
pick her
I've got
up.
the club.
She's
on the
light.
back.
You do have the club. You do have the very nice club.
Rogar, where'd you get this weapon from?
The boy, goat boy. He showed it to me. Told me I should take it. Seems like a fine weapon.
It does indeed.
Let's make haste. It's dark.
Okay.
Just curious. Can we roll to see what the hell this weapon is? I mean, we're exhausted.
There is somebody in your party that can just inspect things after a few moments' time. If you want to spare about 10 minutes.
No, I want to go.
No.
I want to go.
I will wait.
No. I will wait till we're in the safety of the city or the town.
Sure.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are we moving with stealth, or are we moving with haste?
Haste.
I don't
Haste.
think it matters, but
Yeah,
yeah, probably.
define
haste.
haste. Define haste when your speed is half.
Yeah,
Well,
I think moving as
that
best
is
we
true.
can.
I mean,
and-
well, that's why I'm asking, because if you're moving at a stealthy pace,
That's normal speed.
at half speed, you're looking at like a quarter speed. It's going to take you even longer to
So
get back.
we're double hoofing it, so it's actual speed.
So,
Yes.
so we're doing a quarter of our full speed of our half speed. So we're doing
Oh,
3/4
if
speed.
you're going stealth. If you're going stealth. If you're not going stealth, you're going half speed.
I think we're going. I mean, unless I don't know. I feel like we have to go half speed. It's just going to take
Yes.
too long. You know,
Yes.
my brain hurts.
Your brain
just
does.
our regular
It's
as fast
too much
I guess
math.
as fast as we can without
Yes.
like pushing ourselves. you
Okay.
know?
So, with most of the party being as exhausted as they are, you are looking at probably it's going to take you. It's going to take you almost 2 hours to get to the gate to Conwich. Circumventing this is by like basically going out into people's like farms, not necessarily like at their farm, but like on their property, kind of bypassing Mad Udval's estate and the ruin of Castle Gatebreaker, as well as steering clear of the barn and the large amount of birds of Cridgens that fly around the nearby area as well.
Terrifying.
Terrifying indeed, Cridgens. As you make a take a large berth around these places, you manage to get all the way back to the main gate of Conwich. The gate is open. It is getting late though, and it looks like there are a few men. And you would recognize that while there are no guards in Conwich, the members of the Bittersnout Trading Company almost act like a kind of militia sometimes for the town. And 2 of them are currently working on just about closing the gates at this point. Do you guys need to come inside?
Yes.
You got
Seek
some
the water's rest.
You got somebody wounded with you, I see. Be quick. There's been strange happenings out and about. There was a ball of fire in the sky a few hours ago.
You don't say.
Yeah, I assume we are all like singed and
You are.
And
You are. Yes. You. There's quite a few people at the temple. Come. You're quickly ushered in. As you are ushered in, Zune, you kind of look to the left, and you see the Dirty Ox Inn. Lights are on. There's music playing. And it appears to be a full house. Lots of people in there. And in fact, since none of you are being stealthy, there are quite a few people just kind of sitting, kind of lounging, pieces of straw in their mouth, straw hats on their heads, kimonos, swords on their hips, just kind of chatting up, talking to each other, looking around. One of them kind of clocks Rogar, sits up, moves into the bar, disappears for a moment.
Yeah, we gotta go fast. You being recognized, Rogar. We gotta go fast.
As you guys move relatively quickly.
Throw a cape over his head and keep pushing.
Yes, the almost 8 foot tall creature. 7.5 feet tall, big horns, large crest, white scales.
He's 3 goblins in a trench coat. Let's be
Exactly.
honest.
As you guys start moving towards the water's rest, you find your way to the temple. The door's open, as it always is. It usually is, Rogar. There are quite a few people inside. Most people appear to be on like mats, injured people. And you do see attendant Nazir, as well as a few other local people you've seen around town helping out. Maybe people that have some kind of rudimentary medicine skill in some fashion. As she notices, she looks up. Oh, You're back. You've all returned. I feared the worst. Who's that? She points towards your shoulder, Rogar.
The daughter of Udvor.
Yeah. Come, bring her here.
Rogar gets close to her once he brings her to her. Mm-hmm. And in the best whisper he can, he'll say, "She's infected. Creatures."
Oh. Well, you better bring her in the back then. And she motions for you. There's one, you've never been in this room. Appears to be attendant Nazir's private quarters. You've seen her sleep in there before. She opens the door and quickly ushers you in, Rogar.
Do we see what everyone else's, what their injuries are?
Yes. Now that you mention that, the rest of you who are not motioned into this room would notice that most of the people here have burn marks. They have been either severely or relatively burned in some fashion. You're not exactly sure how it happened, but there are quite a few people that have been burned, scalded badly. There are two younger men, hobgoblin men, that appear to be missing legs.
Was there like a lot of blood around in here?
There is a severe lack of blood, Velry, as most of these people are just moaning and cringing with burn wounds all over themselves. Not a lot of blood.
It's like flambe.
Yeah, it probably smells appetizing, Velry. I don't know if the smell of singed flesh does for you, but, for the rest of you, it's probably repulsive. So...
all I can smell is beef and cheese.
All Moog smells is beef and cheese as he walks in.
Beef and cheese and failure.
But Rogar, you're led into this private sanctum. She quickly kind of closes the door behind you. Set her here. It's this very, very simple chamber. There's just one bed, very small room. There's a small statue depicting a woman kneeling with a large vase on her shoulder. You'd recognize that as a representation of Boel, the goddess. And she motions for you to put her on the bed. And you kind of place her there. She looks her over, sees the wound. This is not the first I've dealt with this. I've come across a few since you brought me the good captain. I've gotten a little better at this, but it will still take some time. Do you want me to let you know when she's awake?
I would rest in here, if possible.
You stay. Let me roll for her real fast. Okay. Rogar, it is not quite well, let's just say it's unusual for a man to stay in the back with a woman. I don't know how to put this. Can you stay in the other room? Would that be acceptable?
I would prefer to stay in here with Narla to make sure she does not turn.
Oh, if that's what you're worried of, I can assure you it will not happen now. Judging by the wound, we at least have a few hours. And once I get to
insight
work,
check.
Okay, you can make an insight check. Natural 20, which brings it to a 20.
Yeah.
So, Rogar?
Is she? Well, I mean, I'm trying to see if she is, if she's being truthful about her comments, I guess, about her being confident that she can take care of
Yes.
it.
So You can tell that she's uncomfortable with the idea of letting you stay in here with the woman.
Okay.
However, you feel like she's being truthful about her confidence, at least, in treating the injury.
Okay. Rogar will acquiesce and very well. I will be sleeping outside.
That's fine, Rogar. This will take at least a day or two, Rogar.
My companions need much healing.
Yes. Once I start with her, I will be with them.
Rogar leaves the room.
Okay. You leave the room.
Oh, actually, wait. Sorry.
Yes.
Before he goes, quickly. Has she always been this color?
Yes. The people of town don't treat her very well. She has a interesting. Let's just say they think of her as untrustworthy. She has well, you cannot see them now. She has red eyes. It is a phenomenon, Rogar, that happens in furred ones sometimes. Rare.
The albino.
I surprise you know this word, but yes, one might say.
The trap probably wouldn't know albino. That's a good point. I'm aware of these creatures.
He's treated as cursed, and needless to say, she's had a rough life.
They are considered sacred amongst my clan. We see an animal that is
Well, not so
purely
much here.
white.
Here it is more of a curse, or a witch. Untrusted.
Thank you.
But I will finish this. I'll be with your friends in a moment.
Then he'll walk out.
After a few minutes, Rogar comes out. Time passes. Unless you guys want to do anything, we can skip ahead to some stuff. Anybody want to do anything?
We spend the night here, or we go on to Borz?
I assume we should stay here, at least for a night.
I would like to remind you that there's someone at the inn that seemed to recognize you, some of the big scary people with the hats.
I do not believe they would. Do not believe they would try anything in this temple.
Are you sure?
No. But
Is there anywhere in the temple that Valerie can get far, far away from all the people?
This is one big room, so not really. Everybody's kind of it's like triaged out. It's just one singular room. There is the private chamber in the back that you saw Rogar disappear in. For the most part, you're not going to be able to get away from anybody here, at least out of sight, if that's what you're looking for.
Oh, sight, just far away from the.
Just away. I'll say you'll be able
flesh.
to get a little bit away. Yeah, if that's what you're trying to do. Yes, sure.
Is there a back way or a back exit or something that we can just walk straight through and try to avoid that inn, go to Bor's house?
The only gate
Oh,
out of town
forgot about
is
the gate.
in that direction. Now
Oh,
you
wow.
could be creative with the wall.
I don't think we have enough hit points for that.
It's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
If these people are what you're worried about, I can do something to help Rogar. It'll only last for an hour, but if they come searching for him, they might buy some time.
What are we doing?
I suggest we sleep here.
I agree, sorcerer. I do
And
not believe or any shape to flee at this point.
Okay.
We can sleep as a group where everyone can sleep wherever they want in the corners.
Well,
Dog pile.
I will sleep by this door.
Everyone spins.
as you guys are sitting down, thinking about taking a rest, relaxing for the night.
Perhaps you could take a look at this before we go to sleep. Source.
You could. You do, all of you receive 15 points of healing from Attendant Nazir throughout the next hour or so. She comes, visits each of you, giving you a taste of some of the healing waters that she provides, if you would like. And
please.
Trist, did you want to identify the items you guys had retrieved?
Yeah, I will spend the 30 minutes or whatever it will take to identify everything.
It'll just take about it'd be about 30 minutes, 10 minutes per item.
Yeah.
You start focusing.
Probably not inside of anyone too, since this is going to be probably something magical that happens. And
okay. All right.
I'm not a sanctioned wizard of the.
That is true. You kind of find a corner over by Velry, because Velry's trying to assuage herself of temptation right now, feeling guilty after glutting herself on your blood earlier. That apparently you don't remember somehow.
Nope. In my head.
It doesn't remember.
Took 80 points of damage. I don't remember a lot of things.
You kind of travel over to the side. What do you want to look at first?
We'll do the club, and then the potion and the scroll.
Okay. The club, you kind of talk Rogar over. The club itself, I believe I've described it to Rogar before. This would be considered a great club. It has a series of ball-like knots at the end of it that kind of go down about midway down the shaft. It's thicker towards the top and then gets slimmer towards the handle. Yeah. It is wrapped in a fine cord towards the base, and it looks like a brutal weapon to wield. As Trist, as you begin to identify the magic item, it is in fact, of course, it is magic. This is not just a well-crafted piece of weaponry. This would be the equivalent of a +1 great club. So you may add that. Okay then. The next item, the potion.
Trapped in the balls.
The potion that you grab a hold of. You look at it. It does have a bubbling kind of reddish orange fluid as you kind of look it over. Your eyes kind of flash with arcane insight, and you see that this is a potion of fire dragon's breath. So you can look at dragon's breath, and then this is specifically for fire. When you drink it, you can expel as a bonus action 3 times a gout of flame, similar to Rogar, out of your mouth. Then the scroll that you found clutched in a dead rogue's hands. As you open it up and unfurl it, you take the time to kind of read it over. It is in Draconic. However, this is a scroll of freedom of movement.
Ooh.
Allows you to escape any grapple.
All right. Rogar, you'll probably, I guess Moog might be able to use it too, but you probably benefit most from this club, Rogar, but this potion, I think you might want to keep this on your person as well. It essentially turns your frost breath into a fire breath.
I don't know how to feel about this.
I know, but
I'm a creature of the north. To wield flames, a red dragon.
Yes, well, egos aside, I do believe if someone else was to use this, it would look quite weird. It would look more natural on you. Just breathing fire out, being a
You could
dragon
could use it. I
ancestral.
mean, come on.
I mean, Velvet could use it, but it would look kind of weird.
Rogar will take it.
I'm giving it to Rogar.
Okay.
He can give it to whoever he wants.
Okay, Rogar will take it. I'll put it in his.
I will keep the scroll stashed in my satchel,
Mm-hmm.
and I will go to bed.
I don't remember how much money you guys collected. You're gonna have to divvy it up yourselves because I do not
About
remember.
500 gold.
It was not that much. I will know.
I'm pretty sure
it was that much.
It was about
Sure it was
500.
500.
Nope, that didn't happen. So you guys begin to go night. All right.
Keep
Yes.
watch.
Oh, I'm glad you said something. I was hoping you wouldn't. You guys want to take watches, I guess.
Might be safe in a hospital.
I would prefer to take watch and like I'll play, try to play some soothing music between the screams of agony.
Where do you take watch from, Zune? Do you like go towards the front door? Because this is a large room. Are you outside even?
I am not outside. I want to be near-ish enough. Like there are windows in here, right?
No, there are not windows. No. It is lit with like candlelight on the inside. This is a stone structure as well.
Well, where's Rogar sleeping? Rogar, you're sleeping toward the very, very back, right next to that door, right?
Yes.
And Tristan, where are you sleeping?
In a separate corner away.
With Velry.
I guess so.
Moog, where
If
are
you
you
say
sleeping?
so.
Wherever there's room for me to sleep.
Moog just lays wherever.
Yeah, he just lays on the ground.
He lays like kind of
It's not
one,
home tree.
1
That's
foot
all I
in
know.
the altar in the center that's like full of water, so he's gonna piss himself in the morning.
Josh hates it.
I'm going to ask
He
Moog
Moog
to.
spreads. No, Moog spreads.
I'm going to ask Moog to spread somewhere near me, and I'm going to be.
indeed.
I want to be able to at least look out of the front door.
Okay, that's fair.
And I'll wherever the Zune is, I will be there, sleeping with my crossbow.
Of course.
Until it's my turn.
Is it loaded, Moog?
Of course, it's loaded. It's always loaded.
It's always loaded. Of course,
It's
it
always
is.
loaded.
Loaded crossbow.
How else do you?
Loaded. Sleeping with a loaded crossbow always goes well.
It does.
All right. So, Zune, go ahead and give me a perception test.
Right. Let's see. And I'm still completely exhausted, right?
Yes. So
let's
it is a
see.
disadvantage.
Perception. 16 and throw it again. Try that again. Oh, I am blind.
Holy shit, that's a natural one.
It's a natural one.
Wasn't that one? Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I fell asleep.
So you succumb to your wounds at some point. You're just kind of there playing, and you're kind of trying to keep yourself awake, and then you just fall over, asleep, completely asleep. You are awakened. At some point, you hear a scuffle at the door. And you kind of, you look over, and there are 6 men standing at the entrance of the temple here.
Are they the Ronin-looking
They're on
people?
straw hats,
Oh.
have swords on their hips. Now, before you do that, you kind of, and you don't even realize what's happening. There are 3 other. These appear to be sailors that you've seen earlier in the day, at the door, barring the path. This is a place of healing. Leave. You best get out of our way. We'll cut you down right here.
I'm going to gently push Moog and try to not startle him. Maybe
Start
hold
pushing him.
my hand. Just I'm gonna hold onto the crossbow and just kind of try to push him awake.
Yep.
Like Moog, stinky cheese man. Hey,
Jeez.
The cheese touch.
Moog.
Parmesan.
Careful at the door.
You do see this very tense almost like standoff happening
Yeah.
at the entrance of the
Is there
rest here.
is there a corner or shadow anywhere?
This is a circular room. You are not getting a corner for sure.
I could stand in front of you.
I just kind of want to take a, I want to I don't want to be obvious. I'm trying to keep an eye on what's happening without obviously pointing my crossbow at these Straw Hat Ronin who are probably looking for Rogar.
You don't want to be obvious. So why don't you give me a stealth check at disadvantage?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to, try to get you to let me do.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
12
still.
That's not bad. It's not
bad for being tired.
It's not bad. You kind of very subtly kind of move your crossbow. It was laying there already, so perhaps they didn't notice the shift. You kind of begin to point it in their direction. It's at this point that a few of the injured are starting to kind of wake up and coughing and whatnot. Attendant Nazir comes out of the back door. What is the meaning of this? And as she kind of begins walking towards the front, you see that one of the Ronin is slightly taller than the other ones. And he actually has, instead of just a hat, he has what looks like a basket on his head with just a slit for his eyes to look out. We want that one behind you. Give us to us, priest, and we will leave you be. And Rogar's just back there sleeping. This is a holy place. No violence can. You must go now. She's looking a little flustered as she's trying to motion these men out. You guys want to do anything?
Yeah. I would like to crawl back. Very pathetic looking. I would like to crawl over to, I don't even know, Tristan and Valerie or Rogar. Which one?
That's up to you.
Icky Pinky Ponky. Daddy had a dog.
Are there any health points during this?
Yeah, we got 15 hit points from.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Like while I was sleeping.
The rest of you, Tristan, Rogar can have the equivalent of a short rest. Oh, and Moog is what? Moog was also sleeping.
Then
if you wanted to try to roll some hit dice.
Since Tristan and Valerie are in the same corner, I'm going to them and trying to wake them up.
You kind of, why don't you give me a stealth check at disadvantage, Zune, as you try to army crawl across this open room. There are kind of mats and people laying everywhere.
Yeah, and plus people are waking up, so
Dear
whatever,
God.
I can play it. Sweet Jesus, yeah, play. And second one. Okay, so I get the 13, not
13?
my nat 20.
I'm sorry, but still, 13 is not bad. As you begin to kind of move through, you kind of keep an eye out. You're not like, you didn't like disappear from view, but you don't look threatening. Looks like maybe just someone trying to like get away from the violence that's about to take place.
I'll take that.
Kind of move over towards Tristan Valerie and begin to kind of nudge them awake. They both awaken.
You might have a snack, Valerie, at the front door.
Immediately, waking up to you saying these words to me, and my eyes flash black.
Not me.
Oh, what's been going on? Or is there time?
I think those guys are here for Rogar.
Is Rogar awake?
Oh no,
he's not awake yet.
He's completely passed out.
Oh, I'm gonna go wake up Rogar.
Valerie just stands up.
Stealthily?
Okay, well, roll me a stealth check. Disadvantage. That was not bad. 6, natural 1 is not going to be very stealthily. Valerie sits up, kind of cracks her back.
Into people as she wakes.
Well, not so much that. As she does, the light catches her face as her eyes turn black, and the glint of her fangs show for a moment. A couple of guys at the door kind of narrow their eyes in her direction. and see her walking towards Rogar. You will move now, priest. We will kill everyone in this room.
Rogar
Moog's
yet?
pulling the crossbow up.
Use violence.
It maybe not up to my shoulder, but it's definitely right
Okay.
here.
Okay.
It is. I'm not hiding much anymore.
All right.
You're not gonna get in for free.
Valerie, you do walk over and kind of wake Rogar up. Yeah. Wakes up.
You point him in the direction of the door and say,
Mm-hmm.
"We might have an issue, Rogar."
Over grunts and
Point to the door, say we might have an issue, and like ask if I should just take care of it.
I am sorry. You have all become involved. Rogar gets up, gets the great club, kind of gives a couple swings, you know.
It feels good. It's heavy as shit, by the way.
Yeah.
But yes, it feels good.
Skinny one, I will leave. Prepare your burial rites for these men.
Rogar, there's no
And-
need for this violence.
You, basket head.
Huh. Is that going to be your last words?
Okay,
No.
now
Rogar is walking forward towards the front.
Mm-hmm. You're very intimidating. I'm
We should-
assuming.
Yeah, trying to be intimidating, but he's also going, we should take this out of the way.
Very well.
The
Let's at
center
least-
of town.
Let's take a few step backs, boys. They can't get out of here anyway. They start to move back away from the door.
are they outside?
Oh yeah, they're outside.
The door.
They never entered into the threshold.
May I give him, as he passes, my last bardic inspiration point?
Sure.
Okay.
Um,
Dun, 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 dun.
if they are, how are they positioned as they back up?
They would be. Let's see here. They would all be. They'd probably just turn their back and then just begin walking back in a group. Yeah.
Okay, like are they lined in a line like this, or are they?
Kind of just
bunched
group,
together?
kind of bunched together in a group, moving away.
If they are, if I see a fair amount of them in a 5 foot a distance between
Yeah.
one of them,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to, once I step outside the door,
Yes, of course.
I'm going to take my lightning javelin and I'm
course
going to
you are.
hurl it,
All right.
and that's how we're going to pop it off.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I am
Let's,
right behind him.
Do this.
Yeah, I'm right behind him, SWAT team style.
This is unexpected. I did not think you would be dishonorable. But that's
Well,
fine.
I was going to wait till they turn
Fine.
it back around.
Oh, you want
I
to
was
wait for the
gonna-
turnaround?
Yeah,
Well,
no,
if
we're not
that's
gonna hit him in
case-
the back. Yeah.
If that's the case, then we're gonna roll initiative. If that's the case.
Okay. Okay.
However, I need to find my. I do not expect this to happen. Let's find my stuff real fast.
All we got to do next is burn something down.
Yeah, why not? Why not burn something down as well? You know,
what we do.
Got that new fire breath, you know? I mean,
got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Burn the temple down.
Okay. So, did you guys already roll initiative?
yeah, I did.
That's a disadvantage too.
Yes, it is.
You big jerk.
I'm sorry. It is an ability check.
I
Um,
know. Blah blah blah. So mine's a 10.
Am I still sleeping because I was never awoken?
You. I'm assuming
You were awoken.
Zoom
Yeah.
woke you up when
Yes.
you woke
With
up.
Tristan and Valerie, yes.
So we've got Moog at a 10.
10. Yeah, I got a 10.
Why don't I just ask you guys these? Rogar, what's yours?
12.
12. Velry? What'd you get?
You said we had to roll twice, right?
Yeah, disadvantage.
14 then is mine.
14. Trist?
13.
13. And Zune was an 8, I think I saw. Yes? Yes. All right. Let's for these guys real fast. Gosh, I can't believe you guys are doing this to me.
Or you did it to us.
Do you expect having them come up in there? What was the other outcome?
No, they were threatening the priestess.
They were. They
Yeah,
were
they
indeed.
were.
All right. So, ironically, Rogar, I'm going to give you a kind of almost a de facto surprise round as you're initiating combat. As soon as you leave the temple, you see them kind of all cluster. They all kind of begin to turn around, see you just as you're unsheathing your very large javelin with the kind of lightning like runes along its shaft. As you let's go and roll an attack, please.
Scared.
Don't forget you have 1 point of bardic inspiration, dude.
You do.
I know. That's the only reason I'm doing this right now. Oh, God. That's a pretty good roll. 22.
Jesus, that is definitely
that
going
might
to
actually
hit.
hit someone.
That
That's my
definitely
best
hits.
roll ever with that.
It is.
But like I said, I try to cluster it as best as I can.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. So go ahead and I will roll
So
this.
that would be.
There are 6
see.
of them, and holy
Okay.
shit, I rolled. All right, you're gonna hit 4 people with this.
All right. 5, and then I'll roll the lightning damage. 5 for the
Main
5
person.
the
Yeah.
main person, physical damage, and then let's see, it's 46. Yeah.
Ooh, shit. 19
Yeah,
points of
yeah,
lightning
yeah.
damage.
Lightning damage, exactly.
Okay. Let me do this real fast.
It's gonna have that smell now.
It already smells
Plasma?
like burnt flesh in here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot worse now.
Elry's gonna get hungry.
Okay. 3 out of the 4 people as you throw it, and the guy wearing the kind of the more basket like helm turns around, and they're a little bit further behind. There are 3 individuals in between him and the and where the bolts flying. As it releases from your hand, you speak the command phrase, and it immediately shifts from metal to lightning and flies through. You burn a sizable hole in 3 individuals straight through their chest, and then it strikes massively into the leader of these Ronin in the back. You kill 3 individuals immediately, and the 4th looks relatively hurt. There's a massive javelin sticking out of his chest. As he, and we are now firmly entering initiative order. There are only 3 people left standing. Velry, you technically are first up in initiative order.
What the? Damn, those little
Yes.
initiatives.
I rolled really bad initiative for him.
That guy with the javelin, is he the closest one to me?
There'd be a couple. There are 2 more people, and they would technically be closer.
Oh,
He's kind of
is he
towards the back.
Is he within would it be 20 feet, I guess, for half of my walk?
Well, you're inside the room, so I'm going to say that for you to get all the way out, I'll give you be able to make it at least to the guys closer. You can make it to them in 1 movement. If you were speaking, I cannot hear you. Nope. I have nothing. Oh no. Oh no. We've all gone deaf.
No.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you
Yeah,
now.
there you
go.
are.
Okay.
Yay.
So I'm going to rage and
Yes.
go for the guy closest to me.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll, please.
So I have to roll everything at a disadvantage now. Is that right?
Do you have 3 levels of exhaustion?
Mm-hmm. No.
You have 2?
Yes. No.
No, you don't have to roll attack rolls yet.
I'm reckless. I'm reckless to leave.
Okay. That's definitely going to hit.
Yeah, okay, cool. 18 to hit.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll
Um,
damage because this first guy is not looking good.
11 points.
You scythe into him. He looks hurt badly. The first guy, he looks like he was drawing like two short swords. And before you can get him out of the sheaths, you kind of come in and slice him. You run past Rogar, slice him across the chest. He looks hurt very badly. Go ahead and make a second attack roll. That's definitely going to hit. Yes, it hits. I'm going to say
7 points of damage.
Yeah, you easily, before he can even recover, you just kind of gouge him across the face, almost splitting the nose and everything. And then he just gurgles on his own blood as he falls dead in the street.
And he's like, are they hobgoblin human?
Yes, these are all hobgoblins.
Weird going on. I'm gonna lick the blood as it comes off.
Of course you do. Why not? Mid-fight, yeah, that's not creepy. You still have 2 more attacks, Velry. If you'd like, you can make it. You can reach one of the other Ronin.
Doing it. Well, just turn around, look at him, and you're next.
That will hit already. Dear God.
Sword is mine.
Yeah, it hits. The 18 hits.
11 points.
11 points. This guy looks a little bit hardier, but you are ripping into him. You still get 1 more attack. That's going to hit. So let's see if you get a crit. You might. You hit
Another 11 points.
Another 11 points of damage. He looks hurt. Velry just dealt a significant amount of damage in 1 turn. She runs out, kind of arms to her side, down low, rips through one of the Ronin, who just falls dead in the street, blood streaking out. The second one, startled, recovers slightly before being laid into. There's only 2 people standing at this point. That will be your turn, Velry, which then will lead me into Trist. It is your turn.
Okay. How many are standing now?
2. One of them being the individual that Velry is currently treating with tender love and care. And the other one that has a javelin sticking out of his chest that's kind of like clutching at it with the more basket kind of.
This is all bad.
Is
I don't want to. It is. I'm at disadvantage. I don't want to cast spells inside of a city.
What you want, Trist?
I hate you so much. My family's going to hear about this. I am going to walk up to the doorway if I can reach the doorway with my 15 feet.
Yeah, I'll give you that. You kind of get to the doorway and you kind of Rogar slightly ahead of you.
Let Velry have her fun with that person. So I will sling a firebolt at the javelin man, but I'm going to try to aim at his feet in case I miss. I don't light the tavern on fire.
That's a good idea. Go ahead and give
then we have bigger problems.
Give me an attack roll.
All right, disadvantaged is pretty damn good. 22.
Damn, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
That's pretty damn good. 19 damage.
19. Oh my God, that's almost max damage.
A 9 and a 10 on a D10.
Jesus, you
woke me from my slumber.
You sling a firebolt. It releases from your fingertips, almost appearing from thin air, and strikes him kind of in his mid thigh. And you can see it's a healthy portion of skin is just instantly disintegrated. And he cries out. So I can do anything else, Trist?
Were there any city guards? Do I see any city guards?
No, you do not.
Okay. Okay. That's my turn.
Rogar, it's your turn. There are two people standing. What does the son of Amu like to do?
Aurora will rage.
Of course he will.
And
Try out his new club.
Try out his new club.
Of course.
Recklessly attack. I guess the closest one.
The closest one would be the guy that Velry's ripping into right now.
Okay. That one then.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Okay.
24.
That's definitely going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Ooh, not very good. 8.
8 points of damage. Not enough to lay him down, but he looks really hurt. He looks hurt.
I'll try one more time then. $25.
That's definitely going to hit. Go and roll damage.
9.
9 points of damage. Not quite enough to lay him down.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
Crack! Crack! Lay into him. He's just getting beat down before he can even recover. However, it is finally the Ronin's turn, since they were just being slaughtered completely. The one that you just hit, Rogar, is going to and severely wounded as he is going to take the disengage action, and he is going to try to run away. He can't make it very far. He gets about 30 feet. He's running towards the Dirty Ox Inn. Monsters! The second, the one that's not disengaged with you, is clutching at the javelin, kind of pulls it free. Blood starts pouring out of the wound. The basket's just soaked with blood on the inside of it. Crestfallen will hear of this. You'll rue this day. And he's also going to try to flee from the onslaught. It makes about 30 feet. Which then brings me to Moog. Moog, Broadjaw's turn. We have two individuals fleeing from you, Moog.
No, I don't.
Of course you don't. What would you like to do, Moog?
I'm going to shoot the most wounded one first.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and give me an attack roll, please.
Yeah, here we go. 18.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. 11 points of damage.
That is more than enough. You plant a bolt in this guy's back.
Baby's arm,
as he's fleeing. And he just slogs into the mud. The guy with the basket on his head. And he's trying to move.
So guess what about him?
Away. Go ahead.
For the basket.
Go ahead and give me a shot.
21.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Arrow in the basket.
Oh, that's a nice round of damage. 13.
How would you like to do this, Moog?
For basket head, I want to just right through the beat him through the back of the head.
There's a lot. You like that a lot for some reason.
Well,
right?
It's from the angle. I'm shooting down.
Of course.
Yeah.
As he's running, you kind of take aim. You take a second. He is wearing a basket, so his head's. You're not sure where the head is.
I want to make sure.
But you kind of take your time, and then he's screaming out for Crestfallen. Keeps saying the name Crestfallen over again, and then suddenly just kind of takes a few steps, and then just falls over.
He's got a large,
sticking
out of
massive,
his throat. Yeah,
and he just falls over dead.
Yeah, he does.
Combat has ended.
Yeah, it has.
Yes, fast and efficient.
I feel like we need to set something on fire now.
Rogar runs over there fast, rips his javelin free.
I search the bodies for any healing potions.
You can. You guys are just gonna roll them in the street here.
Well, Rogar is gonna drag them all together into a pile.
Rogar, you're grabbing these corpses, and as you're dragging them away, you see there's a couple. There's people like come out. People were screaming out here. People were kind of coming out. There are a few. They're not really houses. They're kind of just extra storage areas. There's a couple of people that apparently have taken refuge in there. They're kind of looking out. Oh my, what?
They're drunk.
Oh yeah, Zune's over there. Oh, it's fine, everyone. It's fine.
So they're all
here. Everything's fine. Nothing to see
Why
here.
don't you give me a persuasion check,
I
Zune?
love it.
We'll see how this goes.
Please.
You're at
Please.
disadvantage.
Oh, but still.
Oh, sweet Jesus. So 17 for one.
Let's see.
Oh, 17's my low one.
Damn.
That's good. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, man. That was quite a bender.
A few.
We should really get them back closer to the temple.
Yeah.
Maybe
You're kind of
she
dragging.
can have a look at them. Yeah, don't worry about it. We've got it.
There's blood being left behind. Large
He
puddles.
hit his head, you
Well,
know,
those kind of dragging him.
drunkards. Ha! Silly.
Nothing to see. As you begin dragging them all towards the temple.
Yeah, Rogar just dragging him by like a foot or like an arm, just kind of.
This reminds me of a little ditty. I'm going to just play a little ditty and try to be distraction, free concert.
Distracting people. You're kind of, you're.
Some people can't hold their liquor.
Got your bagpipe out there.
Moog is also dragging bodies. Speeding things up, 2 at a time.
Yeah. Moog kind of grabs a
can't
couple.
Hold your liquor. You
Bringing them all
might
back.
get
Sally
sicker.
grabs a couple.
The 2 I shot so I can get my bolts back.
Yeah, of course.
Did they have the potions on them?
Within
Can I be
moments.
searching their
bring them back.
pockets while I'm dragging them?
Sure.
What?
Why don't you give me an
Yeah,
investigation check, Relry?
Rogar's gonna take
When
it
you're
to
helping carry, you can pilfer their coats.
Rogar is gonna take his bodies into the temple.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
He's gonna be like, I am sorry, Azia, but you must perform rites on these
Oh God.
straw men.
This is only going to bring you more trouble, Rogar. Violence is never a good means to it. She's going to give you a good scolding on
Always
violence.
the answer.
So,
As Moog walks by, he says, violence is never the answer, but it's always the question.
we will have
Shit.
words soon,
Philosophy.
Moog. Did you give me an investigation roll, Valerie? I didn't see it.
Logan's gonna write a book called The Art of War.
There it is. I'm seeing it now.
I love it.
You're at disadvantage in your
Oh.
way.
Hmm.
Oh no.
You're rude.
7. Valerie, by nothing.
Rogar is once he gets
Okay,
them all piled
Willy
up, he's gonna
Wonka.
investigate too. So,
Okay. Go ahead. Trist, the investigator, would you like to investigate?
Triss is more curious about Crestfallen, if he knows what that is.
Why don't you give me a history roll? It is a disadvantage right now because you're not feeling well.
Yes.
Rogar was
How long did we
18.
sleep, by the way?
You only got a short rest. You guys haven't you haven't slept
4
very long.
hours?
And it has not been 4 hours. You haven't got
Damn
a long
it.
rest yet. No.
How dare you?
I know what you were trying to go for.
13.
13 for Trist for your history check. 18 for Rogar for the potions. You do in fact find some potions on them, Rogar. You find the individual that had the basket on their head is the particular one that you grabbed a hold of. And while the rest of the party members haven't, the other straw hats that you've collected may have things on their person, you do find on this man, you find a satchel, a full satchel that contains 2 of the smaller healing orbs and 3 vialed potions of greater healing that
And
must
they're
be
ready to throw
drank.
down. Cost on Rogar must have gone up.
Maybe, perhaps. You also find in the satchel a copy of the wanted poster for your head for 100 gold pieces. And as you kind of grab it, Rogar, with that 18, you see that there's writing on the back of it, like scroll marks. You look at it, Rogar. Words. I cannot read that well, and you're not exactly sure what it says. But there's something written on the back here. It's kind of like,
If Trist is nearby, Rogar will hand it to him.
I hand it to Trist.
Read this sorcerer.
Trist, you grab a hold of it, and you see that it is actually a note that probably this individual has written to himself. It says that Crestfallen is offering a triple the reward for this dragon's head if anyone will bring them his literal head.
And so it's not really worth anything other than that information.
That's all you got.
Okay, so Moog's gonna snatch that out of Tristan's hand. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Moog goes and relieves the beef and cheese.
Yeah, I'm gonna wipe my ass with Rogar's
Wipes his
wanted
ass
poster.
with
That's
Rogar's
what I
wanted
think about
poster.
Rogar being wanted.
Wipes his ass with it.
Well, Rogar, if you care to know, the cost on your head has gone up. Your worth is quite a decent amount of money now. From this Crestfallen, who is...
You have no idea.
Damn it. I have no idea.
But
who
you
this
do
is.
know, Trist. You don't now. The name itself is a. It is a. What's the word for this? It is a name that someone takes when they have been stripped of their former title.
Oh,
Kind of like Game of Thrones.
perhaps
You know,
there be grudges here.
Kind of like that. So you also find between the three individuals, you find 20 gold pieces, 16 silver pieces, and 19 copper pieces. Split them as you will. But as the dust settles, Rogar's just getting a scolding from Attendant Nazir. That's where we're going to take our first break. We'll pick it up in a moment.